Hey folks, Bryan from RiverWise Anglers here. I'm going to do a quick little tube fly, little marabou tube, and I've got no marabou. But first we're going to throw a little body stuff on, just for fun. Don't slice your finger open like I just did. I'm going to tie some of this SSS hollow braid on. Don't need a whole lot. I'm just going to wrap a little body. Oops. Undo that here. We're tying this on a Pro Tube 4040 in clear. Snipped off about a quarter inch to about a quarter inch of the rear 40 and 40 millimeter portion for our junction tube. And we're going to do about another quarter inch of this hollow braid here. Okay. And then for fun, we're going to do a little dubbing ball in there. Just to help prop this stuff up. Just a little one. Alright. I'm going to be doing red, orange, and black. Oh, perfect. Perfect. And I just bought this nice red too. Where'd that go? Perfect. That's the same stuff. So we're going to start with the red. Pick ourselves out a nice tip here. I'm going to prep the feather for myself, pulling off this fluffy stuff down here we don't need. There's going to be a lot of marabou on this fly, so we don't need to overdo it. We can make it sparse and full at the same time. What's nice is these flies are super easy to tie, they're quick to tie, and they're effective. Great summertime fly. You can tie them a little fuller. So we're going to tie it in by the tip there and start hackling it forward, palmer it a little bit. Stroking all the fibers back while wrapping forward with the stem. That's probably enough right there. So we're going to be adding in more. Anyhow, the fuller you make it, the more of a winter fly it's going to be. The thinner you go, it can be more of a summer fly. So there we got a little there. Now is a good time to add in some flash. I've got a nice gold. This is an SSS, I think it's called the Blitz Flash. But this stuff here ought to go nicely with that. Just a little bit. We don't need a whole lot. Certainly helps tying these if you've already got all your materials laid out and prepped, and not last minute like I'm throwing together here. So I'm just going to V that over the top, secure it in with a couple good wraps, and then I'm going to come back and trim it here just a little bit longer than the marabou. And away we go. So next we're going to add in our orange marabou. Again, I'm going to select a feather. This time I'm going to go a little fuller. Select a feather and tie it in by the tip. This guy looks good. Okay, get your little trash bag ready. I'm going to leave some of the more webby stuff in there this time. I'm going to go down to just where the stem starts to get a little thicker. Definitely got to pay attention to that. So I stroke all that back, pop the little tip off. That gives you a perfect little piece to tie in. Couple, 2, 3, and you're good to go. Using the stem for your hackle plier piece, your little handle, we're going to stroke and wrap on back. Hackle style. Wrapping forward, stroking back. Kind of fluff this stuff out. We're going to use the full feather that we prepped. So it's going to be a little bit fuller than the red we did. And we're going to tie the stem off. Making sure that's good and secured. Find your scissors that you lost. Trim that out. Now we're going to stroke this all back and start a little head and a little platform to tie in our schlappen. Which we have right here. And we got one great feather for that. This one I'm going to come and select out what I want, strip this back. We're going to tie in by the tag this time. I'm going to fold that stem back, tie it in on the side, help really lock that in. Then we're going to get our hackle pliers out. Not sure, it was somewhere here. There we go. Been sitting here tying in one spot all day, so things are getting chaotic and messy. So we're going to take and run the blade of our scissors down the stem, helping it to fold back and splay out. We're going to just kind of fluff these back and do the same thing here, just wrap it on hackle style, forward of itself. We don't need the full feather here. We're just going to do 2 turns and call it good. Which was about all we had. Again, a very simple, effective, quick to tie fly that you can tie a lot of the same all in one run. Okay, here we're going to get our extended whip finisher, or you can use your fingers, but I bought an extended whip finisher, so I'm determined to use it. It's not as simple as your standard size. Definitely doesn't like to rotate the same. By the way, I should mention, if this does make it to the internet, all the materials we're using here can be found down at the Portland Fly Shop in the Pearl District, downtown Portland. Some great folks down there, very knowledgeable, can help you find exactly what you need for all the steelhead needs that you might have. Alright, pop this off. We're going to trim the tube here. Just trim it down real close like that. And we have a lighter here. I'm going to take the blue of the flame and just kiss it a little bit to get it to roll. And that is it. There's your completed marabou tube with a little bit of flash in there. That'll fish.